Hey, friendos, Steve here.
And Larson, hi everybody.
Welcome back to Going in Raul. Where are the bees? It's another... Oh, man, Lars, you know what today is?
It's April 25th.
Chat Trivia Day, but we're going to... This is the first time the patrons are going to be doing the scary hard ones.
Yeah, these are tough.
Dude, this is a real actual test. Here's the thing.
It's a new era of chat trivia here.
This is a new era because it's no longer at this point
Fastest
necessarily about fastest internet.
Nope. Now it's about acumen, skill.
Now it's about
knowledge.
knowing your shit, or at least being fastest at looking up internet.
Yeah.
Holy moly. It's not going to be easy.
No.
No.
I
want this sign to pop a little bit more. I wonder how we could do that. You know, get
some LEDs in it.
really loud paint.
Some LEDs
very
in it.
carefully.
What if we get this done like a neon sign?
No, you know I should. You know I'd like to do that, but it would burn into the freaking TV when people are watching this. Because ETC had the same problem. They did that, and people were like, "It's burning into my TV."
Yeah.
What I might do. So comic books used to do this thing. You know how like printing ink is made up of CMYK?
Yeah.
Right? Well, there's a foot that they can generate what they call a fifth color effect. Sometimes back in the day, in the 90s, comic books would have like a fifth color, and it would just stand out as like a really bright version of whatever that color is, right? Because they manufactured that color specifically. Mm-hmm. I want to see if I can get a sign made where they manufacture like an extra loud version of this, an extra loud version of that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'll look 3D almost.
Yeah. And it wouldn't burn anything into anybody's TV. Anyways.
Well, so long as the red is color safe, that'd be the issue. If it gets too bright, it's not color safe. You can run into that issue potentially.
Our stuff is so muted. I don't think that'd be an issue.
I think that's more of a lighting issue.
Yeah.
If we didn't have this glare coming off the sign.
Oh, I love it. Alex C says this right here annoys him. I love it. That was so.
I'll be
that was
honest,
intentional
when I first
too.
saw that, I was like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
Like, you're pretty meticulous about your design stuff. I figured that was intentional, but I was like, "That's not." Okay,
no, I like it. I like it because it's just kind of annoying.
I kind of wish it'd been done down here somewhere too.
I like a little bit. No, I just
so there's symmetry to it
right here.
So it's balanced. In the
no
frame.
Symmetry. It's just a little bit of mess.
Zach Stolpa, power rank most underrated rappers of all time.
I don't know who's rated and overrated and underrated. I don't know. DJ Quick.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
Is he rated properly? I don't know.
Doom.
I think he's rated properly. I mean, if you're talking about people who aren't exposed to the degree that maybe they should be, then maybe MF Doom. But I feel like if I know who he is, then he's probably exposed perfectly.
Well, how much of his music are you familiar with? Have you heard Mad Villain?
I don't know.
Zach Stolpa says Common. I feel like Common's pretty...
Common's on like freaking Sprint commercials.
Yeah.
But then does he mean, well, yeah, he's out there in the mainstream, but people underrate how good of a rapper he actually is? I don't know. I'm not the person to talk about that. Dylan. Adam Mayhem, just you know what? You can come by the office for a day just for that. Dylan.
Spit hot fire.
Dylan spits hot fire.
Let me see what I have on my Spotify.
Nakamura's new theme rapper is the most underrated. There you go.
Oops. Let's listen to some Dr. Dre.
I was listening to some Public Enemy on the way over here.
Oh yeah? Which album?
Nation of Millions.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
You're too close, man. Will Adam Mayhem ever get over with Steve? Well, if he keeps up the Nylon references.
Keeps the Chappelle Show references, then yes.
Yeah.
So
I loved the Big Cast promo. I thought it was great.
Like I like Ghostface Killah, but I feel like he's generally regarded as a quality rapper.
Yeah, absolutely.
He might not sell millions of albums, but
like what you'd really okay. I have the answer.
Who?
You'd have to look at a guy like Snow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right?
Like, yeah, see his oeuvre beyond the one hit. Yeah, no, I understand
and even
that.
like with that one Inform, like
yeah,
the actual rapping's I would think is actually
technically
pretty damn
it was
good.
Pretty good.
Technically, it's pretty damn good, right?
Yeah, he was rapping heck or sing rapping.
Amy
fast.
Kamosi. That wasn't really rap though, was it? Was it?
Kind of.
Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster.
Excuse me, Mr. Officer.
Oh man, only 2 more episodes left in Unsolved: The Murders of Biggie and
Then
Tupac.
I can finally start watching it.
I asked my wife last night. I said, "Hey, do you want to watch this? Only 2 episodes left." She says, "Well, you went rogue on me, number one,
Oh yeah.
because I watched a couple episodes."
Have you listened
about
to?
it.
Sorry, I mean to distract you. This last about the underrated rappers. Have you listened to any more of any of Wale's more recent stuff? It's pretty good.
I think not. Didn't he just put something out recently?
Yeah, he put out a couple singles and an EP. Yeah,
Okay.
the EP's really
I
good.
feel like whatever he put out like 6 months ago.
No, this is within the last month.
Okay, no, I have not.
Okay, check it out.
Maybe I will. Did you notice that Dolph had only spray tanned the front of his body on Raw?
No.
No, that's hilarious if true.
Brock without the K. Lesnar saying, "I'm trying to get my local promotion to book Adam Mayhem."
Oh, please do that. That'd be amazing. Oh yeah, Karen. She was apparently in traffic today, and in one of the turn lanes there was a little kitten.
Oh.
Standing there, very like scared.
Yeah.
So Karen, animal superhero rescuer, swooped up the kitty cat. Now this is Jay chilling with her,
And she says she's not getting any work done.
and she's not getting any work done. Yeah, Chappelle Show might be the best show ever.
Oh, it's
That's a
fantastic.
very strong possibility.
Fantastic. Adam Mayhem saying hashtag book some mayhem. Make that a shirt, Adam Mayhem.
Informer.
Yeah, I wonder what the rest of his oeuvre sounds like. Like maybe he's really good. We would never know that because he's always, labeled the one-hit wonder.
And he looked like a nerd. He was the nerdiest looking dude.
Yeah, man.
And then didn't it come out that like the rough, and this is everybody, like that's sort of the point of, not the point of rap, but like so much in rap is exaggeration, hyping yourself up past maybe what you've actually done in life in terms of what you're rapping about. And he would rap about being in jail and stuff, and it's like you don't have a rap
Oh,
sheet.
that could be.
And people called him out for that. Anything for You remix, latest release, Informer 2018.
Whoa!
Audio Freaks mix. I don't know if that shit's hype or what. Is that real rock and rolla?
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Hey man, squeeze every cent you can out of that. Real rock.
Jeffrey Nguyen said his local promotion said Adam Mayhem was banned.
Must be Steve W. Isn't he still Isn't he still some champion in our stuff? In like
Yeah,
that?
man, he's the never overweight champion in bad wrestling.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Workaholics is not better than Chappelle Show, man. Tosh.0. Oh, he's just messing with us then. When do I need to get a video up for Matt Chat?
By 2 p.m.
Very soon. Very soon.
By 2 p.m. Pacific. Now, Zach Stolpa says, when I say someone is underrated, I say they are that because of their rapping ability. Is their music remembered and does it get the praise it deserves?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like MF Doom, he's solid. He's a really good rapper.
Does it get the praise it deserves?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think people who actually like that Mad Villain album is rated pretty highly for those who have heard it.
All right, listen, hold on. Let's switch from a subject that you and I are both kind of sketchy on to a subject you and I are probably both really good at. Charvel Myers. Well, he's calling me out, but I think you can participate in this. Power rank top Star Trek aliens, mainly hostile
Well,
ones.
Klingon has to be number one, right?
I don't know, man. Cardassians are up there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, the Cardassians, the metaphor there is Nazis,
Yeah, so number one. If
Number
we're talking
one.
hostile ones, yes.
Yeah, there's got to be Cardassians.
The Romulans got to be up there too, right?
I mean, yeah, but really, like, if the criteria is hostility,
Yeah.
give me the Jem'Hadar from Deep Space Nine.
Oh, okay. See, I'm not that familiar with Deep Space Nine, so
Oh man,
you
that
got
was
me
the
there.
best. So like the because they're like literally like soldiers that are bred by the Dominion. So it'd be the Dominion basically, Dominion / Jem'Hadar,
Gotcha.
right? And then number 3 You probably put the Romulans up there, but they're all just a bunch of prickish Vulcans, really.
Yeah, no.
You know, but yeah, they're up there, I guess. I mean, yeah, Klingons. Yeah, Klingons would be number 3, I think.
Yeah.
And then Romulans.
What about the Borg? They're not really alien. Well, not aliens per se. They're like
well, it's a culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if hostility is the criteria, they're not really hostile. It's just their way of fucking, basically. They just roam around and take stuff to populate themselves.
I know, but they'll
It's like their version of...
They'll destroy entire civilizations just to...
Not to be hostile, though.
No, I know. That's not their
They're
goal.
just hungry.
That's not their aim.
Right.
But in the process of destroying entire civilizations, they're not above...
Yeah,
like,
I don't know any better, because like they're just... Yeah,
destroying shit.
They're jacking my home, yeah.
So in that sense, they're hostile.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
hostile to civilizations that are not their own.
All right, we'll put that number 5, indirect hostility.
I think it's pretty direct.
Inadvertent hostility.
I think it's pretty direct.
It's not advertent, though.
It kind of is.
No, it isn't. They're not saying, we're mad at you or we're going to...
No, they're saying if you don't assimilate to the Borg collective, then you will be destroyed.
So you're just saying conquering is conquering, regardless of motive?
Yeah.
Because Klingons just want to... They want to... Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, their aims might be different, but their methods are not too dissimilar.
Maybe. There, the bot is pretty funny. Use your wrestling criteria to rank the Star Trek races. So legacy.
No, being good.
Being good.
Legacy.
Kayfabe. I mean, you got to go human number 1, right? Federation number 1. They're the glue they're the fucking space glue, man. They keep everything together.
You would know better than I.
They would. They do.
All right.
They keep everybody in check. They're the baseline. Humans.
Where do Vulcans?
I don't know, man. They're all assholes. All the other races are assholes. Except for maybe the Bajorans. Ferengis are the worst, dude. They're terrible. Although they do like... they get offended when like they see women in clothes. Like, what the heck, man? What the heck?
Oh, my goodness.
You clothe your humans. Your women. Oh, man.
Wait, the NFL draft is tomorrow?
Is it? Yeah. I thought it was in July is the NBA.
Whoa, almost
man, did you see the Kings laid off Scott Moak?
No.
Yeah, the announcer.
That's a
and he
bummer.
was also like director of community relations.
You going to try to be the announcer for the Kings? You going to try out for that
Oh,
job?
if they try out for that shit, I don't care if I get a backlash from Moak supporters.
Oh, the draft is tomorrow. I didn't know it was tomorrow.
Here's your fast break. Who's in our lineup? Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
Where did he go to college?
Oklahoma. From University of Oklahoma, Buddy Hield.
Why don't you do it? Oh, that'd be great. Who else is on our team? Bogdanovich.
Yeah, Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron, where did he go to college?
Kentucky.
From the University of Kentucky.
De'Aaron Fox.
I think you could do it better than me, to be honest
I'm
with
just
you.
doing the same cadence for everybody.
Yeah, I know. It's good. That's what Scott Moak does. Give me a break. Ferengi, they are the taint of the Star Trek universe. They're the fleshy area between balls and
Oh, this is a
butthole.
good question. Alex C., what movie heel turned is better, HAL 5000 or Verbal Kint?
Well, the answer is HAL 5000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Verbal Kint. Spoiler alert.
It's a 20-year-old movie. You can say it.
Spoiler alert, people, for unusual. What is it? Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects.
Verbal Kint was Kevin Spacey,
Yeah.
who claimed to be who was making up the story of Kaiser Soze, but he was really the bad guy. Verbal Kint was really the bad guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can almost infer also that directly or indirectly, he was Kaiser Soze.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But he was just making shit up like on the board behind him. Yeah. It reminds me, man. I was gonna put up that picture of Vinny Elliott driving around with his friggin'
Oh, yeah, that was
title,
great.
dude.
Power rank gangster movies. Well, you gotta go with The Godfather, number 1.
Look at this fool.
Oh, dear.
This was on autoplay this morning. Bama started saying, turn on Star Trek.
Godfather, Goodfellas.
Oh, gangster movies?
Yeah. Goodfellas might be the most enjoyable, entertaining gangster movie. It's 2.5 hours long, but it's never dull, never boring.
Wait, which one?
Goodfellas.
Oh, my God, I know. That's great.
It's wildly entertaining. Godfather's like a novel.
Yeah, I mean, it's either Godfather or good. I think, what do you just prefer to watch? If
it's on like TNT or something?
Right, yeah.
If Goodfellas is on, I don't see any reason I would turn the channel.
Yeah.
Whereas, it's weird because I think both movies are about the same length, but I feel like Godfather's so much more of a commitment, like time-wise and attention-wise.
Yeah.
Whereas if Goodfellas is on, I can go in and out of the room. Maybe because I've seen the movie so many damn times.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That I don't feel like we're missing anything. Whereas Godfather, I feel obligated to sit there in front of the TV for 2.5 hours and watch the whole thing.
Oh man, I could just sit in it. It's great.
Oh, it's great. I love The Godfather.
Man. I think probably Godfather is my favorite one. But God damn it, Goodfellas has so many great.
Sam Brunker says Untouchables. That's an entertaining movie.
I don't think I've ever actually seen all of Untouchables.
Oh man, it's not. It's good. It's not the greatest, but it's wildly entertaining.
That's De Palma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really fun movie.
De Palma's interesting.
His oeuvre is really inconsistent.
It's all over the map.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I agree, Jeffrey Nguyen. Scarface is overrated.
Yeah, I understand the appeal of Scarface. I find that character so overwhelmingly stupid and just irritating.
Yeah, it's way too over the top. Philly Flexer says Reservoir Dogs, and they're not like the most successful gangsters, though. They really seem like good gangsters.
Hold on a second, though. Does that matter?
No, it doesn't really matter. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, that's like one of my favorites of all time.
Donnie Brasco is really good. That's an underrated one.
No, you're right. That is an
movie.
underrated one. Donnie Brasco.
You ever seen Infernal Affairs? The one that The Departed is based on?
Mm-mm.
It's good.
No.
I actually prefer the original over The Departed.
Is that a Korean movie or something?
It's from Hong Kong.
Oh, okay. All right. That's that John Woo?
No.
Okay.
The Departed was a little too literal. Like the last shot with the rat going across the window sill. It's a bit too literal for my taste.
So, yeah, The Departed. There are some movies if I'm scrolling through my PlayStation View, if it's on, I'll be like, oh, man. I'll flick it on just to see what part it's on. The Departed is not one of those movies. But if it happens to be on when I walk into a room, I'll probably stop for a second and watch a little bit.
I saw it one time in the theater and said, I'm good.
Yeah. It's really not that great.
And I'm a huge Scorsese fan.
Okay, so check this out. Adam Mayhem said keto update.
I saw that. 6 pounds in 10 days.
6 pounds in 10 days, right? I don't know. I guarantee it's my scale because this doesn't make a lick of sense. But like this morning when I stepped on the scale, because my bathroom tiles are like, they're like stone-esque, they're like stone-ish tiles, right?
Yeah, I've been to your house before.
So like when you stand on something, it'll go.
It's not even.
It's not even. So I always have to position it even because people move this shit. It's annoying. So like for the longest time, I've been in a certain weight, right?
Yeah.
Went to the gym last night. I've been going to the gym a bunch lately.
Oh, did you lose a bunch of water weight?
It shouldn't have been this much.
How much? What was the difference?
Almost 5 pounds.
Did you weigh yourself before you ate anything this morning?
Yeah.
Do you usually weigh yourself before you eat anything in the morning?
Yeah. From when I weighed myself, and granted, I haven't weighed myself. Actually, that's a good point. I have not weighed myself. But then, like, this weekend, like, obviously, we were hanging out and we had pizza. I think the next day I had pizza at my sister's house.
Yeah.
So it's not like I should have, because I don't think I've weighed myself since, like, Thursday or maybe Wednesday. No, wait a second. No, I think I weighed myself yesterday morning. Yeah, it's just really weird. And then, like, later on, after I ate, I, like, moved the scale a couple more times and, like, my weight increased by how much I had drank and ate this morning.
Yeah. Like
before I stepped in the shower.
Yeah, like a couple extra pounds, right?
Pound and a half, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
It's possible you can drop a bunch in water weight.
I've never done that much
especially
before.
when you said you woke up with a dehydration headache.
That's I know, but even, that happens all the time.
You were in the treadmill for about an hour, right?
50 minutes, yeah.
Were you full on jogging the whole time, or is jogging and walking or a combination, or just walking?
I was walking at a fast pace on like a really high incline. That's
Okay,
what I do.
okay.
Yeah. But still, it wasn't like obscene sweat.
You weren't like
everywhere.
that scene from Airplane where the dude's like pouring sweat.
Right. And I've done that. Look, I am a heavy sweater. Like when I used to take these kickboxing classes, like I would sweat profusely, like embarrassingly a lot.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is.
Yeah. Interesting.
It was weird.
I'll tell you, man. I'm like
Probably back to normal tomorrow.
remarkably consistent with my weight.
Yeah. I usually am.
I could probably not eat for 3 days and weigh the same as I do if I ate 4,000 calories.
Oh,
a day.
I can't do that.
So long as
if I get sick and I don't eat and I can't eat.
So long as I
It goes
stay
down quick.
So long as I stay active.
Yeah. All right, we gotta get started.
Yeah.
We have too much to do today. Do we have a card in there? Do you have a card?
No, I think there's one in there. It looks like there's one in there. Did you see the price range for tickets for G1 special?
No.
Front row's $300.
$300? Damn that! I don't know. Yeah. 47 minutes is not gonna cut it.
Nope.
Can you swipe this?
Those hands. Did you kick the thing? The only thing about doing a keto diet is I don't know how sustainable it is. Not just in terms of being able to do it, just in terms of eating fat all the time.
Hey, I made new shorts today again.
I saw that. But I don't know if there's any studies about the long-term health effects. I know it was devised to help epileptics not have seizures. Tickets go on sale for G1 on May 1st, Tuesday. Oh, Tommy Cat, great question here. Speaking of diets, he loves hot dogs. Dollar Dog Night, the Phillies game tonight. How many dollar dogs can you eat? We've actually done that before.
Yeah.
6?
Yeah.
Here, wait, hold on.
Really
Flip the screen around.
I was really disappointed with my number. But also, like when I did it, I had like little tubs of nacho cheese to go with it. So
You can get some extra calories from the fat there, that yellow oil. I think the most hot dogs I ever had was like 7 or 8, maybe. I couldn't do that now. Too old. Too much bread. Oh, it fell. Yeah, I'll do more research into it, but I don't need to lose weight. I need to put weight on. So I just need to eat more calories in general. I don't know. Because, hold on. Adam Mayhem, what percentage of your calories are you getting from fat?
Oh, you're entering a whole conversation.
No, I just want to have him answer that one question. Because I can figure out the rest from there.
Okay, we don't have time.
We can
for
carry
math.
on. I'll just pay attention to chat. Let's carry on.
All right. What's this one? That's that one. Okay, cool. All right, I think we're good. Blanco.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the Legit Boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you can be listening to right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson, available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it just to make sure you're always getting your new Going In Raw content. We're also available wherever fine podcasts are, including CastBox, a great podcast app. We have a partnership with them, and we ask that you check it out and subscribe to Going In Raw on CastBox, or, of course, the Apple iOS podcast app.
Yeah.
Leave a rating or review. It's a great, free, easy way to help support Going In Raw, boost the profile of the show.
Yeah.
We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. We have 60 friendos watching right now.
Hi, everybody.
And that's part of the $5 and up per month Patreon reward tier. You get to watch all our recap shows as live streams and enjoy the pre-show and post-show festivities today.
Yeah, that's right.
In the post-show, a new era of chat trivia.
This is the card for chat trivia.
No longer. This is from the What Cult. Now we've got the What Culture Wrestling trivia game, thanks to the friendo Ty. And these cards are terrifyingly difficult.
I wouldn't
very
say
hard.
terrifyingly difficult. They're more difficult, though.
They're way more difficult than the WWE trivia game.
Yeah, but of course
we've.
we've probably answered questions on those cards at least twice.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe more than
So,
that.
Not good. But anyways, yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we also have the Friendo Care Package at the $20 and up mark. Look at that. You get the comic book, some stickers with the old logo. Now we have new logo.
That's a legacy logo there.
Legacy. It's my legacy logo. And a poster and a postcard, a bunch of stuff signed by us. So it's really great value. Plus, you get to have your video question placed on the Matt Chat Sunday show, which we're going to be recording later on today.
Correct.
So that's a lot of fun. Yeah, also, one last thing. This Friday, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time.
You got the graphic for that, too?
I do. It's right here.
With Seasick Larson on it?
Hey, did you see one of the comments, or it was either on Twitter or on YouTube? Somebody said that, no, I've been at sea, and I've actually seen people turn a shade of green.
Yeah.
I stand corrected. Anyways, it's our reaction stream for the longest, largest, greatest Royal Rumble at youtube.com/Stephen Larson.
Did I turn that shade of green when I was seasick for my bachelor party?
No, because I still think that people don't turn green. You didn't know. It was pretty funny, though. You kicking fish and yelling at them as they're dying was...
Well, one of them vomited their innards all over my pants.
I'm such a softie, man. I'm such a softie.
I didn't kick it. I just brushed it away with my foot.
That's actually called a kick.
No, kick is there's force behind it.
Yeah, there was force behind it.
Just enough to get it so stop vomiting all over my pants.
Well, I mean, look, brushing something away and kicking it is, a gray
Similar emotions.
a gray area
Similar
of
emotions.
force.
I
A gray
agree,
area
yes.
of force there. So some force
I
has to
wasn't
be
trying
applied.
to inflict any damage upon the fish. I was trying to get it away.
Your vocal intonations suggest otherwise.
I had barked.
Get away! You yelled at it. You said, "Stop doing that!" and kicked it.
He was vomiting on my pants. And speaking of
Then
vomiting,
just admit that you kicked it.
I wasn't trying to hurt it though.
It was already in a lot of. It was
Exactly.
vomiting its guts out on you.
Yeah, because it was getting depressurized.
Yeah. Oh, it's so dark, dude.
I'd already vomited about 8 times, I think, at that point.
Yeah. I'm such a I can't go. Look, man, I'll eat fish. I'm a hypocrite. I'll totally admit. I'll eat a burger. I don't want to see cows die. I feel
know.
terrible about that.
No, I do too.
Spiritually, I'm a vegetarian.
I
but
feel
Fat
like,
Boy here can't do it for real.
Granted, I eat a lot less meat than I used to. In fact, I don't remember. I think the last time I had meat was the Saturday night at pizza.
Yeah.
And before that, I don't think that whole week I'd had meat really much at all. Anyways, I feel like I understand your viewpoint because I feel kind of the same way.
Yeah.
I guess that's what, if I can, I try to get my when I do eat meat, the rare times I do now, get it from sources where it's like free range stuff.
Oh yeah, I try to do
So
it. Too,
I try not to get stuff that's from like factory farms because that's deplorable. The way they treat the animals there is awful.
It's terrible.
It's
man.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible.
Oh, let's bring it up, man. Let's bring it up. I did want to share this really quick if I can get this on the screen here. This is the joy of having this laptop here. I wanted to show this off because our Facebook Friendoverse, the Facebook Friendoverse group run by Mikey Omega.
Yeah.
Has I think he called it the Open Weight Friendoverse Championship title.
Oh, yeah, for WrestleMania picks.
For the WrestleMania picks, the Friendo, and I mentioned this when it happened, Vinny Elliott won this title. I want to show you guys a picture of Vinny Elliott here. Can I just drag this over here? That totally did not work. Can I put it in here? That didn't work either. All right, let's try this then.
You having trouble learning how to stream over there?
Learning how to do stream, yeah. But anyways, I just want to show you guys this picture because it's absolutely fantastic, and then we'll get to the SmackDown recap.
We'll actually start doing the show.
There he is right there. Look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Look at that championship title.
That's a
is
fantastic
amazing.
looking
It's a
title.
great picture. Number one, I really hope that he's not actually driving while taking that picture. I hope he stopped. Mm-hmm. But that beard, I can't think of a better first champion for the Friendoverse. And apparently
Agreed.
they're doing it again for the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The first 50 people to have responded and get to put in their picks, their prediction picks.
Yeah.
and they might win this title. But look at that. That's amazing. That's all good stuff. I love seeing that stuff happen and go down. It's great. And it's a fantastic group. I think they're over 2,000 members now.
That's awesome.
So check that out. It's a positive place to talk about wrestling.
That's great.
Oh, and I forgot to mention the live stream. We're going to be donating half of our super chats from that live stream to the St. John's program for real change.
So local shelter here for homeless women and children.
Yeah. They also help find, like, they do stuff like, I think they do like training and job placement type stuff for homeless women. And so it's a really great charity here locally. So come by, it's for a good cause. And at the same time, you'll still be supporting us because half goes there, half goes to us. So it's good stuff. So anyways, let's talk about SmackDown.
Yeah, really fun show.
What a killer show.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh my God. What a creative turnaround this has been.
I think it is. And I think I said this before while the storyline was happening.
They have new toys to play with.
No, I think the show got so bogged down with the convoluted Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn storyline.
Possible, yeah.
In the seemingly lack of direction it had, that once they wrapped that up, they were free to do all sorts of other stuff.
Yeah.
And granted, they got some new talent over to freshen the show up, but I think by and large, I think just getting that storyline out of the way was probably a huge sigh of relief for everybody in creative. It's like, okay, now we can actually try to do something interesting that's not focused. We're not dedicating 25 to 35 minutes of our 2-hour show to the storyline where we don't really know what we're doing.
If what you're saying, it's entirely possible. If what you're saying is true, I could see how the rest of the card could have been suffering as well, because that was obviously a big clog. It was a big mess.
Look at what AJ's creative was like.
But even like down the rest of the card,
that's what I'm talking about.
Things
like
weren't great.
When your world champ is the B story, by a good mile.
Yeah.
And obviously they're dedicating so much of their creative energies towards the A story, which is Shane versus Owens and Zayn, but not really following through in any sort of interesting creative ideas with it. I mean, just this last Monday on Raw, we actually saw the Sammy and Kevin show. They had their own talk show segment, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
How come they never did that on SmackDown? They were saying for months, this is going to be the Kevin and Sammy show or the Sammy and Kevin show. Like, actually have them somehow do it.
Yeah.
Whether it was officially sanctioned by Shane or not, whether it's in the middle of the ring or they just set up something backstage, whatever. Do something like that where you can actually show off their actual personalities instead of having them just do pretty basic scripted promos. And in the end, the feud just fizzled out so early and didn't really go anywhere, meandered, and there was this whole thing is Shane turning heel, is Daniel Bryan turning heel. In the end, none of it happened. Daniel Bryan was cleared to wrestle again. He came back. He and Shane beat Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and that was the end of it.
To play devil's advocate, I wonder, and I have no idea, but you have to wonder how long the Daniel Bryan clearance limbo thing was in the back of their minds. Because that whole Shane Daniel Bryan thing, it seems obvious to me that there was that was sort of set up for a number of possibilities. One of those, Daniel Bryan being cleared. And I wonder how much of that creative stagnation had to do with the possibility of him being cleared.
Let me ask you this. Do you think if he hadn't been cleared, he may have aligned himself with Owens and Zayn and turned heel?
Possibly.
If he hadn't been cleared?
Possibly. I mean, you never know. I don't know. I'm sure hopefully years from now we'll find out. You know, Bruce Pritchard is like, on his podcast, he gives the dirt on a lot of stuff from 20 years. Maybe 20 years from now we'll hear some stuff about that.
Road Dogg will have his own podcast. I'll talk about that.
There you go.
It just seemed like they were booking that storyline for every contingency.
Right, exactly.
And as a result, it felt like there was zero vision behind it.
You're exactly right. And I wonder, I mean, I have no idea. Maybe that was the best that Road Dogg had to offer. I have no idea. But it did feel that way. And Daniel Bryan and his incessant comments in the months leading up to his clearance made it feel like, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. We're not exactly sure. If I'm not cleared by this date, it's probably not. So it probably was, hey, write this as if it could go any number of directions, which is a terrible direction for being able to be creative. And if you're focusing, like you said, if your A story is this morass, this swamp of anti-creativity, if you will, and that's going to affect the rest of the card because it's like, if I'm not, I have to devote so much time to this, the rest of the card, now things are in place and they've benefited greatly from the superstar shakeup.
Yeah.
And the show, I'm not going to say that it writes itself at all, But man, it's like this Shinsuke Nakamura stuff has been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The beginning of the show kicked off, I thought, in a fantastic way.
Oh, it did. There was
Miz TV.
Miz TV. He came out and dropped a great promo, as usual. Really feeding off the crowd, because instantly the crowd, knowing that it was scheduled to be a Daniel Bryan Miz TV segment, started chanting yes, and Miz played off it perfectly.
Yeah.
Did the whole when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut bit.
The crowd. It's so funny though, because the crowd can't help but cheer Miz at certain points.
I know.
Like he'll say certain things. Like I think it was when he mentioned his kid being born, something like that. The crowd cheered him, and like it's so against his nature. It's perfect because he's been hated for so long that he understands exactly how to treat the crowd even when they're cheering him. There doesn't seem to be much of a temptation to soak it in, you know, to play along.
The only time that kind of happened is during the Cena feud last year before Mania.
Oh yeah.
When he was really playing to the crowd.
And he seemed surprised by that reaction.
Especially at Mania when I know Cena and Nikki were supposed to be the faces in that match.
Yeah.
But the crowd was 100% behind. Well, 70% behind the Miz.
Pretty
Anyways,
hardcore,
Miz was going on and on again about how being a father has changed him. And he said, Daniel Bryan has said, well, he says it's changed him, but it obviously hasn't changed Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan being a father. So he said, Daniel Bryan, I know you've been saying that you want to come out here and punch me. Come out here and do it.
Come on out here and do it.
Come on out here and do it.
Yeah. And instead of Daniel Bryan, because they waited for a while, and instead of Daniel Bryan, Big Cass's music hit. What do you think about Big Cass's new music?
I think it's good.
It's way better than his old stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I actually kind of like it.
There's a bit of menace to it, which I like.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's a bit of menace to it.
Which before it wasn't. There was no menace to it. It was just pretty generic rock.
Yeah.
But there's a little bit of menace to it, which I like. So he comes walking down to the ring. He's got his sport coat over his shoulder.
He's got a fancy pants suit.
He's got his shirt sleeves rolled up, and so he kind of adjusts those. Put his jacket on, which the sleeves are a little too short on. But anyways, actually, someone mentioned that on Twitter before I watched the episode about Cass getting a suit that actually fit him. And so I was distracted the whole time by the fact that his sleeves were a bit short.
Yeah.
Anyways, he puts his jacket on. Looks great. Walks down.
I'll never forget. When we went to years ago, one of our friends lost like a bunch of weight but never got a new suit. Yeah. And I don't think he has many opportunities to wear a suit, so he just tossed on his suit because he was part of this film festival thing. And it was so baggy on him. And I was like, you look like freaking Charlie Chaplin right now, dude. Anyways. Cass has got a weird body, though. I wonder, he can probably just get it. Yeah, I imagine he has to get it tailored, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so.
Comes like it was off the rack, though.
Yeah.
So he walks down the ring. And he talks about how he's tired of being overshadowed. There's a lot of dimension to this promo. I thought it was really good. The writing on it was really good.
The writing on it was really good, and it harkens back to when SmackDown used to weave storylines, because that's what we're going to get here. We're going to get The Miz is kind of prompting this Big Cass thing a little bit, like he's going to be a little bit involved in it.
Yeah.
But he's also taken aback by, okay, well, I don't have to punch Daniel Bryan right now because Big Cass evidently has all the motivation in the world to do it.
Yeah, at first, The Miz is upset that Cass came down. It's like, what are you doing here? Who do you think you are? And Cass pretty much explained why he attacked Daniel Bryan.
Well, he said, Daniel Bryan's not here. I am. You can interview me right now.
Yeah. And he says, look,
take a seat.
Yeah.
And he's dictating terms.
Yeah. It's now Cass TV.
Yeah.
So he says, look at me. I'm 7 feet tall. I look great. I'm a star. And he says, the day I was cleared was the same day that Daniel Bryan was cleared. And he's overshadowing me. And when I see Daniel Bryan, I see myself when I was younger, when I was short, before he apparently grew 2 feet.
When he was like 16.
He made it seem like he willed himself to grow.
Yeah.
Based on his promo.
Yeah.
He's tired of being short, so he willed himself to grow to 7 feet tall, it sound like. And he said, it reminded me when I was younger, when I was short, and I was always picked on. And then when he grew, apparently he disliked his older, shorter self so much that he started picking on people too. And he says, Daniel Bryan reminds me of me when I was that small, and I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
And here's the thing. Here's one of the things that stood out so hardcore about this promo. When pre-injury, when Cass would deliver a promo, I don't know if it was because I would absolutely imagine, given what we saw last night, that he spent so much of that time working on his promo skills, because his promos, while they were never terrible, it was obvious that, Enzo was always the voice. I mean, that's what he did.
The thing with Cass's promos early on is he never seemed comfortable.
His voice was always shaky, and there was not a hint of that last night.
There is a couple little, like his eyes a couple times betrayed a sense of doubt at moments. But by and large, yeah.
He had a lot to say, though.
Yes.
He had a lot to say, and I thought that he told his story very well.
He did. One time there's one time he kind of stumbled, and in that moment you saw a little hint of doubt, but he recovered fine, and from there on he was okay.
And they didn't start wutting him until
the very end.
Until the very end, when his cadence got more, when his cadence justified wutting. But I do think that the crowd, because it was weird. Like, I was really, really into it, and then when it started to go a little long, I started thinking to myself, man, this crowd is not wutting him. And then at that moment, they started wutting him because it started going a little long. But they were pretty captivated throughout the first chunk of it.
Yeah.
This was a really, really good,
and even
well-done thing
he went
Cass.
from "What are you doing here?" to being impressed by or at least seeing the opportunity that was presenting itself for the Miz to take advantage of.
Yeah, I thought Cass killed it. I thought he absolutely killed it. I thought it was great. So anyways, he said his piece, and then he left, and Miz didn't have anything to say for that. Becky and Asuka were seen backstage walking
probably to gorilla position.
I would think so.
On their way, they come across Daniel Bryan, who's been laid out backstage, being attended to by refs and trainers and such.
Yeah.
Cut the commercial, we come back. The Iconics are in the ring.
Yes.
Dropping another excellent promo.
Billy Kay kills me.
Oh, like her facial expressions are fantastic.
Because they're so...
they're great during, especially this match last night.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. There's a couple times where she does her expressions just made me laugh.
I know. She's great. And I mentioned this before. It's so counter to her general presentation that it makes it even better. It's like, it's like borderline absurdist. And, but anyways, their thing was basically, Charlotte beat Asuka. We caused Charlotte to lose her title, therefore we must be better than Asuka.
Yeah.
And it turns out they were, because Becky Lynch and Asuka come out for a tag team match, Asuka's first in-ring competition on SmackDown, and they lost.
It's an interesting kind of story that I thought I was getting from this match, where Asuka was in the ring and she was, maybe I'm just inferring too much. Felt like that she overwhelmingly had the upper hand when she was in the ring, but every time she tagged in Becky Lynch is when the Iconics would get the upper hand. And then there was that spot where Peyton Royce, I think, bumped Becky Lynch into Asuka when she was getting from in the ring onto the apron, knocked her off the apron, which eventually led to the pinfall.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to start doing the story where Asuka is going to be tagging with other women on SmackDown? They always end up losing the match, and so she reaches her breaking point and just starts laying everybody out. I don't know.
Could be.
I could be inferring way too much.
Like an early Lars Sullivan thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That could be. Maybe not. I don't know. That could be. I don't know.
But anyways, Peyton Royce kind of throws Becky Lynch into the ring post, rolls her up for the win. Iconics pick up a victory.
Yeah, it was kind of stunning. I mean, it was
a really fun match too.
It was really fun. I really liked. I really like the booking of SmackDown last night. I mean, the Iconics needed this win more than Asuka.
Oh yeah, and
it also justifies Asuka losing at WrestleMania, because now the floodgates are open for uncertainty. You know, if she had won at WrestleMania and this was the same match,
then you knew Asuka was going to win.
You knew for a fact, because they weren't going to end her streak like this. So it opens up a bunch more storyline possibilities. So I thought that was really good. The Iconics I think they really needed this win.
Yeah.
It seems a matter of time before they launch. If they're going to do this tag division, it seems like just a matter of time. They would be perfect as the dominant tag team champions on SmackDown Live. That'd be great.
Next, AJ Styles interview. He comes out of his locker room.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Oh, man, he's stoked.
Because he just talked to Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
No, I think it was outside of Shane McMahon's office.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. And he says...
office.
Yeah. Essentially, he's got himself a tag match. It's Rusev Day and Shinsuke Nakamura against himself and a couple partners. Renee Young says, well, have you decided on your partner? He said, yeah, they're too sweet.
And so I was like, I wonder who he could be talking about. Who's too sweet? Who, like...
The Outsiders.
It must be Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. The Outsiders. No, obviously the club.
This
is very exciting.
And they didn't actually wait to announce it till the actual main event. Like a segment after this, they had a graphic up. They had AJ and the club taking on Rusev Day and Nakamura.
In case people didn't realize.
It's the club.
It's the club.
It's a club reunion. Next, we had Andrade Cien Almas video package. He's going to be a heel.
You think so?
There were shots in there of Zelina Vega Hurricane Rana doing Hurricane Ranas on
Hurricane Rana-ing.
I tried to say it. That's tough to say.
It is.
I don't think it's a real word.
No.
Doing Hurricane Ranas on Johnny Gargano. If he was going to be a
Johnny
face,
Gargano's not. He's not main roster canon yet.
he's going to be a heel. The general vibe of the whole thing, he's going to be a heel.
I hope you're right. He's going to be a face, though,
He's going to be a heel.
Because I was studying that thing, and I was like, she's saying they're taking over. They're going to make a statement. Could be either one.
No, the shots of her doing Hurricane Ranas on people, heel.
That gets, to me, that's a face thing.
When your manager, Hurricane Rana's the face opponent?
Smarter wrestler who has the manager who can Hurricane Rana people.
Hurricane Rana, first of all.
But didn't Joey Styles? Okay, so can we settle this real quick? Is there a Hurricane Rana?
Not that I'm aware of.
Didn't Joey Styles used to call it a Hurricane Rana?
I think it's just how he used to say it, but I don't think it's Hurricane Rana.
It's Hurricane Rana.
It's like hurricane.
It's hurricane. Yeah. I always like when he called it a Hurricane Rana.
I think that's just how he said it.
Yeah, maybe he was.
I think he actually was saying.
Was he trying to roll his R's and just ending up with an N?
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Could be.
I don't know. It's a Frankensteiner.
Yeah. Well, that's only if it's off the top rope.
And that's only if you land square on your head these days.
Yeah, like Scott Steiner did. Yeah. Anyways, next, Usos are backstage, and Naomi comes in. Jay Uso leaves, so it's Naomi and her husband Jimmy Uso talking. Mm-hmm. He's telling her, "Don't get involved. I got this. Jay and I will take care of business."
I love this. Was
great.
Everything was great about SmackDown last night.
It was all character-based stuff, which I like.
It's always sad when you see like in the movies or TV or whatever, a legit husband and wife acting duo who have zero chemistry.
Oh, this chemistry was fantastic.
Dude, it was so good. And this was an extended acting scene backstage that felt so organic and like good. I love this Usos Bludgeon Brothers thing because it's a flippin' horror movie.
Yep.
Even what happened in the match was a horror movie staple. Like trying to trying to distract the horror monster with some sexual undertones or overtones or whatever. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, it was great.
And this little promo, this little segment here with these two was fantastic. It felt real. It felt legit. And more than anything, it felt like a horror movie scene.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
That was fantastic.
But anyways, I don't know if did you actually say what they said?
Oh, no, it was like Jimmy trying to assure Naomi that
he'd be okay.
He'd be fine. And Naomi was like, trust me. I trust you. Trust me.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's just asking her not to get involved.
I'm kind of curious now. I want to know what people think. I've been doing more on the Steven Larson, the Going In Raw Instagram.
Yeah.
I've been putting up polls and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
There, because you could do that now.
Oh, I wasn't aware.
I'm old, and I don't really know these things, but my niece is all about it, and she's teaching me stuff. So I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to find out what people, you go to Instagram.com. No, you can just go to Instagram. Well, you can actually go to Instagram.com/Steven Larson. But go to Instagram, Steve and Larson.
Yeah.
Follow us. I'm going to put up a poll.
Sounds good.
Andrade Almas.
Face
is he
or
going to
heel?
be heel or face?
Heel, man.
I hope you're right, I think.
Next, we had Rowan versus Jimmy Uso. A lot of fun. Again, a lot of fun. There's two things that were definite hallmarks of this show. It was fun to watch, and you felt like the talent was having fun.
Yes.
And a lot of the story was pushed by not just random story beats they want to do, but by character.
Yeah.
Everything was character driven.
Here's the great thing about this, too, is that whenever there's an Uso thing, the New Day are never far behind. The New Day look like they're going to get into a thing with Thebar.
Yep.
Which means they can all be wrapped up in this Uso Bludgeon Brothers thing, which could be so much fun to have all four of these teams wrapped up in stories together.
Exactly. So anyways, Rowan more or less has the upper hand for the better part of this match. He hits a fun splash on Jimmy on the outside. And shortly after that is when Naomi comes down to ringside. She does her entrance. She stands at the foot of the ramp and starts dancing.
Well, she comes down to the foot. Yeah, exactly. Starts dancing at one point. And then Luke Harper turns and he's just absolutely...
there's a great camera shot where it's kind of over Naomi's shoulder as she's dancing. And you see Harper turn around and Rowan gets in the ring.
Yeah.
And then right out of the corner, you see Jay Uso doing a flying
hold
kick.
on. You're passing up a very important detail. There was some hardcore twerking going on from Naomi. That booty was going up and down.
And so you see Jey Uso doing a jumping kick.
Fly into frame.
In the frame, kicking Harper. Rowan turns around. Jimmy does the same thing to Rowan, rolls him up and gets the win.
Oh, it was
fantastic.
And they just get out of dodge.
Oh, yeah.
They escape.
It was fantastic.
That shot was fantastic because there was twerking and then a kick flying into flame.
Kick into frame. Oh, it was so
you
good.
don't actually see the run. You just see the flying. And then the same thing happens in the background.
Oh, it was so good.
No, it was really good. I loved it. That was awesome.
After that, we were supposed to have a Carmella-Charlotte contract signing. Carmella killed it. Oh, my gosh.
Number one, I got to mention this too. Again, you can see this on our Instagram, Instagram.com. No, just go to Instagram. Steven Larson. I put a little screenshot of the Going In Raw sign.
Thank you to that friendo in Louisville, Kentucky.
Right there. And it was of the new logo.
Yes.
Good stuff.
So Carmella comes out and says, last week I had a celebration. No one gave me a standing ovation after I rolled my recap package of all my achievements. So I'm going to play it again. She played it again. And then she got a modest ovation. And she goes, no. Not good enough. I'm going to play it again.
I sat there. I was like, they're really doing this.
I know. And so instead of just playing the whole thing for us home viewers again, they cut to her responding to it in the ring. And then about halfway through, it's interrupted by Charlotte.
Yeah.
But it was... Carmella's character work is off the charts. She's doing such a great job.
And you can tell she's having such a fun time with it. Like she's killing it, man.
And so Charlotte walks out. They start to kind of proceed with the contract signing. Charlotte just sits on her side of the table, just more or less not saying much of anything. Carmella's going on and on and on. Charlotte just gets the contract, signs her name, looks at Carmella and goes, "Woo!"
Carmella, hold on.
Carmella shoves the belt in her face.
Carmella starts doing the Fargo strut.
Yeah.
She did all that stuff.
Starts wooing at her.
And Charlotte didn't bat an eye.
She didn't make eye contact.
And then she did the woo.
And then she dumped the table onto Carmella's face.
There's multiple pictures out there of literally just table on her face, and then it like tips her over, and the freaking table is on Carmella's head. This was like one of my favorite contract signings ever.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. It was swift and violent and hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, so violent. It was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
All right. This is the only part of SmackDown that I have issue with, but it's minor. So I believe it was announced that Jeff Hardy is supposed to be taking on Shelton Benjamin again, because you see Jeff Hardy walking through the corridors.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin's in the ring. They did this thing again, but the inverse, where Jeff Hardy comes out for his introduction. He stops halfway on the ramp, waits for a couple beats, and then Randall Orton's music hits. He comes down. Is there a mistiming here? I feel like if the gist they're going for is that Hardy last week, Orton this week is interrupting the other person's intro, then the other person shouldn't walk halfway down the ramp, stop, SmackDown graphic in the background for a little bit, and then the other person's music. It should interrupt.
If this happens, if they do this same type of thing next week, can we just have both music and entrance videos play at the same time?
Yeah.
And they both come out together, stop and look at each other.
And they both act like they're going in the ring, but only one of them does.
Right, exactly. No, you're right.
I don't get it. I just don't get what the story
Nobody
is
should stop. They should be doing their entrance,
and then their package should be interrupted.
And then, whoa, what's going on?
Exactly.
And then the other guy comes out.
And that hasn't happened either time.
Why did they allow that? Why did they let me go out at Gorilla? We've seen Gorilla position because Roman Reigns broke that particular wall.
Yeah.
When he approached Vince and Shane McMahon was backstage. So yeah, Vince really, or whoever's at Gorilla at SmackDown, needs to get their act together in this particular feud.
Agreed. Anyways,
this is a fun match though.
It was really good. Randall Orton comes down the ring. He's taking on Shelton Benjamin. Jeff Hardy sits ringside. It was a really fun match.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Shelton Benjamin's been put on some really good performances the last couple
of
weeks.
I
hope this continues. Yeah, Shelton's great. That kind of look on his face while he was waiting for Jeff Hardy to come out was fantastic.
Yeah.
So anyways, at one point, Randall acts like he's going to throw Shelton into Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy gets out of his chair like, whoa, man, tranquilo. So he steps aside. Action goes back in the ring, and there's a masked man that shows up. Chop blocks Jeff Hardy. It's obvious it's Sunil Singh.
It was so obvious.
So he runs into the ring. Orton gets him, takes the mask off. Surprise, it is Sunil Singh.
Well, yeah, because like he was wearing the exact same thing Sunil Singh always wears. And you could see like through the mask, you could see like his beard and his eyes and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was hilarious. I thought.
So Randall gives him an RKO.
Okay.
What?
He gives an RKO. He throws him out the ring, or he rolls out the ring or whatever. And as Randy Orton is berating him simply by saying, "You're stupid. You're so stupid." He kept on saying that. I was dying laughing because he's like, "Stupid. You're so stupid." And then he gets hit with Shelton's finisher and he gets pay dirt.
Yeah.
And he gets pinned 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Stupid. So stupid.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Randy Orton is like so.
He's kind of taking Ryback's old gimmick.
A little bit. Stupid. Nobody did it like Ryback, though.
Next, we had New Day backstage dropping a promo promoting their new book, The Book of Booty.
Yeah, they had like stacks of the short stacks, little pancakes.
Pancakes and then wine glasses filled with bootios.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then they were interrupted by Thebar.
Yeah.
Who comes in.
Immediately getting under the skin of Big E.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Who seems to hate Sheamus.
So good.
I don't know. I really want to see. I can't wait for the Rumble to be over because I can't wait. I want to see these two. I just want to see promos like this together.
Yeah.
I want to see angles like this together. And but yeah, they were just sort of, the Thebar was doing their sort of bully thing. They're like, it doesn't matter. We're gonna once we get these titles back, we're heading back to Raw. And Big E was like, "Good, you need to go back there."
Yeah, But then Sheamus grabbed a portion of the pancakes and says, "You guys just don't stack up." He puts it back down, and Kofi says, "You touch that, you got to take those with you."
Right. They eventually did.
Yeah,
too.
they grabbed a couple of them.
Yeah, they grabbed a couple of them, and they said, "Because we're not just, we don't
just set
the
the
bar. We are." And then they were like, "Oh, you can't do that here." We are the bar, and they did it anyways. And then
Xavier Woods is like,
he was confused by this.
Is this the bar?
Right.
Do they make the bar?
It was great. It was
fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
Next, AJ Styles backstage. Gallows and Anderson enter the locker room.
It's obvious that they all love each other very much, but it's also obvious that they hang out all the time anyways. So none of this really,
Is it just me, or does AJ seem legitimately way more excited to be paired up with the club than Finn did? Maybe because Finn knew it wasn't going anywhere.
I honestly think that's just Finn's thing. Like, did you watch the ride along with Finn and them? That's just him. He's just cool as a cucumber. Never any like massively enthusiastic. It's just Finn. I think.
All right.
I honestly think I've never seen him wildly enthusiastic about anything. He's just quietly enthusiastic.
Gotcha.
AJ's more of a wear his emotions on his sleeve type guy.
Yeah.
You can't be as cool as Finn, because let's face it, look, AJ's cool.
Yeah.
But nobody's Finn cool. Nobody's real rock and roller cool.
No.
And so, AJ, he's a dad, he's a nerd, he's a dad like us. So he's going to be goofy. Finn doesn't do that.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Next, another Sanity video package. So I'm guessing they're arriving probably after
I really wish
largest Rumble.
They'd stop saying chaos.
Yeah.
Because it's just, and the font they use looks a little too much like the Chaos font in New Japan. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. But the video packages are cool besides that. They're well done. I like when they made the SmackDown logo looked all Sanity-ish.
Yeah.
It had like some blood spatter or whatever it was on there. So anyways, that should be cool. Still disappointed no Nikki Cross, but hopefully this means a lot more for her in NXT.
Next, Daniel Bryan had a brief interview saying that Trader's just taking precautions, icing his shoulder, but he'll be fine for largest Royal Rumble. But he wants a piece of Cass at Backlash. Mm-hmm. So I guess he's going to petition Paige to make this match official.
Nobody's happier to do these. Nobody's happier to be mad than Daniel Bryan. Nobody is happier to be mad. And I love the fact that they're protecting him, harmless, get beat up before the cameras are even rolling segment, and then a little interview where he's all taped up.
Yeah, it's my on his shoulder.
Perfect.
Yep. Next, Samoa Joe Matt Chat question.
I was very pleased with my tweet on this.
Yes, that was good. So he gave another. This wasn't an iPhone promo. This looked like a real camera.
It was a real camera.
But just like against a dark wall or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty nondescript setting. Just kind of, again, reiterated what he's been saying for a while. He's going to win the Intercontinental title.
I'm going to win IC champion.
He's going to, whatever's left of Roman, he's going to beat up at Backlash. If he happens to somehow win the Universal title from Brock at largest Royal Rumble, he'll just take that too.
Yeah. None of those things are going to happen.
No. And finally, our main event.
Where did I land on the predictions for that one anyways? I forget. Did I go back to Seth?
I think so.
I think I went Seth and Jinder.
Yeah, I think he did.
Bad choices, Steve.
Oh yeah, it definitely seems like we're getting some sort of Jeff Hardy, Randall Orton feud after
Definitely seems like it.
largest Rumble. Finally, our main event, and what a fun match this was. The Club, a reunited Club,
Yeah.
taking on Rusev Day, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Got to hear his new theme music.
Oh, man. This was the coolest.
And I like the commentary said that Nakamura, commissioned this new theme because he was tired of the fans singing along to his old theme.
Shinsuke is all in
Yep.
and loving this
Yep.
heel persona.
Yep.
And I love that WWE's going all in on it.
It's a ballsy move to have him switch his theme song when that song is so beloved.
I really want them. Number
Although it's
one,
not a drastic
the
departure.
little video or the music video they cut it because before he came out they just cut to the music video and it was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, visually is really well done.
Yeah,
And they take the general it's pretty much it's the same melody, it's the same violin bit. They pump in a little bit more guitar for the violin bits. There's a slight rearrangement, but the largest change is there's rapping on it now.
yeah. There's Japanese rapping.
Yeah,
on
and
it.
it's fantastic.
And nobody can sing along to that.
yeah,
Unless you're like Karen, she knows Japanese. I don't know anybody else, so none of them fans were singing along. So there you go.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time to learn the Japanese lyrics. So good luck with that. Mission accomplished. No, I thought it was fantastic. I really, dude, I want to see this feud, especially after we saw this week. So let's run down this main event.
All right. A lot of fun. Really fun match. In the end, though, Nakamura pins Gallows after a Kinshasa to the back of the head.
Yeah.
As soon as the bell rings, AJ hops in the ring and attacks Nakamura. So he has the upper hand for a while. He does his flurry of strikes. Nakamura ducks it. Low blow.
Yeah.
Nakamura sets up for a Kinshasa on AJ, and right as he's making his approach, Carl Anderson runs in, eats it, takes it for AJ.
Beautifully timed.
Yep.
It was like a freaking movie.
Yeah.
And Corey Graves shouted out, Carl Anderson just took a bullet for AJ Styles.
And Carl Anderson on Twitter mentioned something like, I'll take a bullet for AJ anytime. Wouldn't think twice about it, yes. And so AJ's still selling the low blow. And he's trying to crawl over to Carl or to Nakamura to do something.
Doing a great job.
And then Nakamura turns to him and does the, come on,
Yeah.
to AJ's trying to collect himself. Nakamura goes the opposite corner and gives Anderson another Kinshasa.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, man.
Great storytelling.
It was amazing. And it's so simple and it's so perfect. And this kind of stuff, I want this to go on and off to WrestleMania 35. That would be fantastic. Like, you can take detours along the way, but come back to this story along the way. Escalate all the way to Mania 35. That'd be fantastic. Probably is going to be SummerSlam.
Yeah, probably.
But it'll be... I think that's going to be the match of the year candidate right there, the one at SummerSlam. And it'll be all worth, because we were complaining about the lackluster build to Mania.
But if you look at that as like the beginning of the second act of the whole thing, it's an instigating moment.
Right, exactly. Yeah. It's just the beginning, and then we're in the true meat right now. So that's all good stuff.
Yes.
Man. Yeah.
Very entertaining episode of SmackDown Live TV.
It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic, and I hope they just keep on carrying the momentum. Because I feel like that with the longest Rumble, and with Backlash coming up so soon, there's a lot of sort of, I don't know. I would think that would spur a lot of creative excitement, along with the shakeup, of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all good stuff. I'm gonna look at questions now.
Great idea. I will do the same.
Good.
I had him up. Where is it? There it is. Booby Booby Bum Bum. Where the hell was this Cass 8 months ago? Where's his ceiling now that he's improved on the mic so much and he's a much more convincing heel?
Sometimes it takes some time to, when you have, that's the good thing about having an injury. Not the good thing about having an injury, but an inadvertent advantage.
The silver lining.
The silver lining to having an injury is you can take a step back, reanalyze, get more reps in, maybe, work with an acting coach or whatever he did, and come back fresh with a good game plan. That's obviously what they have for him.
What's his ceiling? I don't know. Short term, I don't see him as WWE champion.
It's kind of too early to tell.
But if he keeps doing this kind of work for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, you do the face turn, maybe. Let
me ask you something. If they continue with this kind of quality, a year from now, Who will have a bigger ceiling, him or Baron Corbin? Because I think Big Cass's promo last night was.
Well, I feel like we've more or less seen Baron Corbin's ceiling. No, I mean, just in terms of what he can do.
That's one thing I forgot to mention yesterday when we were kind of clowning the No Way Jose segment is that, once again we heard, Baron Corbin, he's going to get a big push. And I'm like, that's his big push? Oh,
I know.
That's like the beginning of his big push?
I know.
Like wimping out of a No Way Jose match because he didn't want to deal with a bunch of fat bodies over there.
I know. Like Corbin, he'll be a occasional main event player. Like he's going to get into a feud with Reigns at some point this year, without a doubt. He might have a title reign as a transitional champ, just based on what we've seen from him so far. But there's definitely, based on what we saw last night, and granted, one promo is not a large sample size, there definitely seems to be more potential with Cass. Corbin's a better wrestler right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I think if Cass can improve his work in the ring, then I could definitely see him years down the line as potential champion.
I honestly think the only thing, because what he said in the ring was actually true. Like, he's a great looking guy, very tall, and you know how Vince loves the tall guys. I think what you're saying is absolutely correct. The only thing that's going to stop Big Cass from achieving the highest of ceilings is injuries.
Yep.
The only thing.
All in champ Jose GGR. What was your favorite character work or tweak from SmackDown? He liked Cass coming out, fixing himself, like his sleeves, his jacket, after beating down Daniel Bryan. That was very good.
I liked him staring down the Miz when he essentially checked the Miz so that he could get on the mic because he like walked him down basically. And Miz is like, okay, that's passion, that's fire, that's aggression. That's what you need. It was the same. It was the same, atmospherically speaking. It was the same thing that we saw from Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
There's an intangible passion to his voice that, like, you could deliver it one way or you could deliver it the right way, and he did it the right way.
Yes.
And I felt the same thing about Cass.
For me, I think the favorite tweak last night was Nakamura's new theme.
That was a big.
I think just that one change speaks volumes in terms of what they're going to do with the character going forward.
There's a commitment there.
Yeah. I mean, how many times have we seen people turn heel from being a face or vice versa, and they don't change their theme? So between the change of theme, the video package, everything about Nakamura, just as we saw on display last night, I think is great. They're setting him up for. I finally feel like they're setting him up for success on the main roster. Only took a year.
Yeah.
You know.
And it makes it more, not to cut you, it makes it more powerful because that year was underwhelming. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, finally, you know?
Yeah, I guess there's some truth to that. I was going to say, how many times have we seen, especially recently, when an NXT talent is brought up to the main roster? I mean, we just saw this with Bob Roode last year. We saw this with Drew just now, where if you were a face in NXT, you come up as a heel in NXT come up as a face.
About to see with Andrade Almas.
Yeah, we'll see. But imagine what could have happened if they had started laying the groundwork for this when he came up, and maybe instead of waiting till now, had done it 6 months ago or something.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like if they started doing this after his 2 losses to Jinder. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess there's something to be said for him turning heel on AJ.
Yeah. At Mania. That was a pretty big move, you know. And I love all the nut shots.
Yeah, the low blows.
Baron the Cat Taxidermist, with Asuka's streak now gone, looks like WWE are taking full advantage of being able to book her in matches that she can lose in without being the pinned participant yet. Do you think this change, along with the manner in which Asuka lost, is hurting her character? I think it helps what they can do with her.
I mean, just the idea that I proposed earlier, not that I'm necessarily think it's going to happen or is the best idea, that, you know, she has one loss. And other than that, she doesn't eat another pin safe for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But in every tag match she's in, she not always loses, but when she loses, it's because her partner is the one that gets pinned. Eventually, she gets fed up.
Yeah.
That could just be an interesting storyline.
I think I'd like to think that they still have in their Asuka mandate, if you will, she's damn near unbeatable. You know, and it's only through, like you said, having a partner or some other wild circumstance that she could possibly lose.
Yeah. Tommy T. Hey, friendos. My question is it possible for the greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view to be remembered as the greatest WWE pay-per-view of all time? I don't necessarily mean based on the card, but if every match were somehow 6 stars, would it be remembered fondly or just be burdened by the circumstance? No women on the show.
I think it would be remembered fondly, for sure. I think people remember good matches, and they'd be good with it. I think there will always be that sort of proverbial asterisk by it. If the fact that if I'll put it this way, if there's 10 matches on the card, if 5 of them were 6-star matches,
it would be remembered fondly overall.
It would definitely, absolutely. But there will always be that that little thing about it that it could have been better.
Yeah.
The real Rich Hardesty. Do you think the club should have their own unique entrance in Titantron? Seems like the group is not breaking up anytime soon and would give them more of a faction-type feel. So
let's wait and see if they actually interact again after last night.
Yeah, that's true.
So I thought that for Balor Club, and it never really came to fruition, maybe because they knew they weren't really going to do anything with it.
I'll be honest, though. I like the club's music.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like AJ's music, though, too.
Yeah, me too.
Unretired Dwayne Nix with Nakamura's new heel theme song, which is fire, by the way. Is it possible to get a WWE version of Chaos? And if so, name the wrestlers you guys would love to see in a Nakamura-led faction. You've been saying Almas for a very long time.
Almas and Ciampa.
Yeah.
Almas and Ciampa.
The mower of lawns, Alex C. Do you think the delayed debut of Almas and Sandy is for the better? Waiting until Kurt's stories are over instead of having them debut and being meaningless matches like Authors of Pain.
Yes. A million times yes. Look at the Authors of Pain. Imagine if we had video packages like hyping them.
Of just destruction.
Of justice. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they come in his faces. Excessively saccharine. Oh, I don't see this name here. That's the thing about Patreon on. You'll have to. It's got 5 upvotes.
All right. Well, I'll have to just read the question.
All right. Do you think the Best of SmackDown Live's creative was working on the Mixed Match Challenge? It's all too convenient that it was great before the Mixed Match Challenge, terrible during, and now great again. Good Lord, I hope that's the case.
It could be, but also a lot of the Mixed Match Challenge, that coincided with the latter half of the Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like that storyline. Yeah, it could absolutely be both. I just feel like that storyline bogged down the show.
Ryan Ward has to be doing something, right? And we heard that he's the main guy behind the Mixed Match Challenge.
Yeah.
So,
North Texas Haas Patrick Beals. Hey, friendos, with real life wife and husband Jimmy and Naomi getting a storyline, do you see Carmella and Cass ever reuniting and getting a storyline together?
They are not together anymore.
Yes, we meant by reuniting. They're not a couple anymore. No, he said reuniting.
Well, did he mean on
on camera?
Yeah, on camera.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe he thinks they're still a couple.
Yeah, they're not a couple anymore.
Yeah, they're not a couple anymore.
They broke up.
So
probably not.
If they got together as a couple again, if that is the meaning of his question,
yeah,
possibility exists, I guess.
Maybe.
I wonder. They might see that as too much of a throwback to the Enzo days, which they might want to get away from, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know either. Double T, hey guys. So with the most obvious pair being Orton and Okada, power rank 5 other WWE New Japan superstars that check the same boxes in terms of upbringing and status with the company. I think the comparisons between Orton and Okada are more, they're similar builds. They're both tall, muscular, but not super jacked.
Who would you see as WWE's Okada?
No, I think Orton's a good comparison.
Oh, you do?
Okay. They both work pretty meticulous styles. There's differences when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it. And Okada definitely puts on more exciting and interesting matches than Orton does lately.
I would actually kind of compare. I guess.
When I wasn't that familiar with Okada's work, when I was like, oh, he kind of reminds me of, in several ways, like Randy Orton. There's a lot more going on there now with Okada than there is with Orton now. But I can see the comparisons.
If you want to go booking-wise, I would see more of a comparison. And with 2 completely different booking philosophies, obviously. And we've seen this. We've talked about them being the 2 different sides of the same coin, Roman and Okada. Mm-hmm. They're both being booked as unstoppable, basically. Here's the thing. Whenever you give somebody all the wins, right? You are technically shoving them down your throats, the fans' throats. Okada just happens to be booked in a long-term, compelling storyline that has so many twists and turns and character arcs that it makes his long title reign compelling. It makes his ascent compelling.
And eventually he'll have a downfall.
Right.
And I think they're already kind of pushing that, from what I understand, is the way he's been treating Tanahashi during this feud. Like, he's completely dismissive of him.
Yeah.
And we can see the arrogance starting to come in with Okada.
Right.
Whether this continues past this feud remains to be seen.
Yeah.
But you got to think eventually he's going to overlook an opponent and take a loss because of it.
On the other hand, you have Roman Reigns, who is given basically, essentially, all the wins.
Yeah.
Looked way stronger than anybody else,
Yeah.
with the exception of maybe Brock Lesnar, but we're about to see if that's going to change. It's just, and nobody would claim that Roman Reigns is being pushed down our throats if he was simply written in a compelling, interesting manner.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
Winning every match
how
is not really a
strong did they-
storyline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The Nightcrawler here has an interesting point. He says Roman and Naito, they were both golden boys when they started, that the fans despised. Because during Naito's first run, before he, went to Mexico and joined Los Ingobernables, he was. I've heard this, that there's a lot of parallels between his early push and Roman's now. That eventually the fans just turned on him because they
That's interesting. Yeah.
that he didn't think Naito initially earned the respect of the fans.
Yeah.
But he was instead just pushed down their throats because there wasn't a story or a captivating story behind.
From what I
his
understand, Okada was virtually not an unknown, but he wasn't a huge name when he was originally given the title. And, they just, writing, all the good stories.
Yep.
Another of the obvious ones is Tanahashi and Cena.
Oh yeah. There's obvious parallels between their two careers. Yeah. Aaron Hagman. Now that Nakamura has become a masterful heel, what is the perfect moment for him to become champion? I'd like to see him cap off a summer of infuriating AJ by winning the title at SummerSlam, and I'm afraid that he might be asking creative too much to stretch it that far.
No, I think, God, could you imagine? What if Nakamura wins Money in the Bank?
What if he wins and then cashes in that night? Yeah. Low blow, pins him.
Yeah. Low blow, cashes in, then pins him. Yeah. Nemo, would you guys rather face 5 El Torito-sized bronze in a 2-on-5, so you and I would have to take on 5 really small bronze, or a bronze-sized El Torito in a 2-on-1?
Oh, wow.
It'd be 5.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't care if it's Braun or freaking Brock or Dan Severn. You just kick the crap out of him.
Bronze size El Torito, that'd be something else.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if it was like a match, if it was like a shoot fight, you just load up and kick the crap out of them. Send them flying. Are you kidding me? What do you get? What hands? Get these feet. How about that, little tiny Braun?
Braun's grappling hook. Power ranked WWE superstars that could use a heel turn to make them interesting, like Shinsuke did. Obviously, Bobby Roode is number 1. Yes, Bob Roode needs to turn heel.
Yeah. I won't disagree with that.
Roman Reigns, turn him heel. See what happens. I think it'd be the too cool for school heel.
Would it even what would it even look like at that point?
It would be a huge difference.
It'd be the exact
He'd just be kind of mean.
guy.
He'd be chill and mean.
Make him chiller. That's what you got to do with him.
Who else? Let's turn Randall Orton heel already. He wants it.
He wants that.
He's so bored.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know. If
Cedric
if
Alexander.
I care about a heel.
Cedric Alexander.
He kind of needs it.
He'd be a great heel too.
You watched 205 Live yet?
No.
You know who won the thing?
Yeah.
We got that one right.
Yeah, reel off on that.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense though. I mean, it makes the Greatest Rumble even less canon now because they're just going for, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Let's show them what we can do as opposed to let's advance stories.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But he had like a mid-gauntlet match. Gauntlet match was fantastic.
Yeah.
But he had like a little promo thing, and it was like, dude, you need to give you some character. They need to give you something because Ali's out there with that smile of his, killing it in the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Just Mr. freaking personality without saying a damn word.
Yep.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like they gave Cedric that title because it was like, look, dude,
it was going to be his anyways.
It was going to be yours. It would be I should have stuck with that as my pick.
Oh yeah, I know.
I really should have because it would have
been messed up if
it would have been tragic.
He was set to win that belt because
you just
of
never
things
know,
outside his
man.
control.
You just never know.
I know.
I went with what I wanted, not with what my brain told me.
I was going with the performer that had the momentum.
Who's the undisputed Spotify champion? Starts with a K. Scroll down. There you go.
Kevin Jenkins.
Kevin Jenkins. Oh, I've got his chat. I've got a bunch of those chat trivia winners just sitting in my car. I got to get stamps. I went to the stupid post office yesterday, and some lady and her kids were at the little kiosk thing, and she had no idea what she was doing. And I was like, I'm not waiting around for this. So I need to get stamps so I can send those things off. His question. With Chill Roman being a cool, refreshing Corona,
Yeah.
what beers suit the SmackDown superstars?
Oh, great question.
Who drinks Arrogant Bastard Ale?
I would have said Baron Corbin before he got
Yes!
switched brands.
Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect. Arrogant Bastard. Come on, man.
I'm like 12% alcohol.
I'm all the alcohol.
Do you like hops? I'm very hoppy.
I'm so hoppy.
What would AJ be?
Oh, isn't it? I mean, look, man. AJ's like, what do you drink? What do you drink on a Sunday barbecue in your backyard with your kids on a trampoline?
Miller High Life.
Yes, exactly correct. Exactly correct.
Nakamura.
What? You know my favorite.
He's got to have something with some bitterness to it. He's got to be like an IPA of some sort, like a double IPA.
Well, I was thinking of Japanese beers. I was always a big fan of the Asahi Dry.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I always like that. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, the
I was thinking
bitterness.
about flavor characteristics.
Something with some bite to it. What has some bite to it?
I mean, Arrogant Bastard does, but I wouldn't necessarily describe Nakamura's character as strictly arrogant.
What beer like hits you in the nuts?
I'm trying to think of something with like, some sort of barley wine that's got like a high alcohol content.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Something like that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of something. What about The Miz?
Yeah, I was about to say the Miz.
Like a Zima?
Yeah, I was gonna say wine cooler. Yeah,
A
exactly.
Smirnoff Ice?
You Smirnoff. Exactly. Worst.
No,
No. The Miz is a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
he's a PBR. That's
No,
what he is.
Miz is not a PBR.
Oh, PBR is like the Hollywood hipster beer, man. That's where I first saw PBR come back.
He's not a hipster though. He is not a hipster.
All right.
He's like he's a Mike's Hard Lemonade
No, he's
guy.
Zima then. It's
He's
Zima.
a Zima
It's a
guy.
Zima.
Who is a PBR though? Who's a hipster? I would have said like Aiden English pre like Matrix haircut.
Yeah. Oh, that's already grown back. Do you notice that? He's got a lot of hair up there now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. What about Randy Orton? Coors Light.
Yes.
No, he's Bud Light. I think he's from the St. Louis area.
Okay,
So
all
he could
right,
be a
Bud Light. There you go. Yeah, that's good.
New Day.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, what's a party beer?
Trying to think of something that's got.
They're like a Blue Moon.
Kind of, yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna think there's beer I've had or heard of that actually shoot.
Huh.
That's got like I'm not gonna say it has breakfast cereal in it. Obviously, that's weird. But it kind of has like a marshmallowy flavor. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
a roasted marshmallow.
Right,
flavor.
right,
I'm trying to
right.
remember what it is.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's a great question.
DJ Johnson says Almas is Corona. No way, man. He's not chill. That's his whole thing now. He's not Tranquilo.
Yeah, man.
Tranquilo is Corona. I don't know. He's more like a bottle of tequila with like a worm at the bottom or
man.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
You want to play some chat or some trivia? Sorry.
Oh, no way Jose is definitely, he's Corona. Yeah, let's play, chat trivia.
No, just regular trivia.
Just regular trivia. Here we go.
No, these actually aren't that hard. Well, it's
okay,
actually pretty easy.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see.
All right.
It's a mixed bag here.
Yeah, this one's not that bad.
Okay.
First, WrestleMania 9 was themed around which ancient civilization?
It's the Romans.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it was the Greeks or Romans.
Well, it's Caesar's Palace, so it'd be
Okay,
Rome, yeah.
there you go. Good. Pink and black are colors most closely associated with which retired son of a bitch?
Bret Hart.
Very good.
Which Rob Reiner movie featured Andre the Giant?
The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Anybody want a peanut? What was Dolph Ziggler's first WWE gimmick? And you have to give me his name.
It was Nikki in the
Very
Spirit
good.
Squad.
Very good.
Who won the 1998 Deadly Game tournament?
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah.
Lance Storm and Chris Jericho were known as what?
Thrill Seekers.
Very good. Look at you.
What relation are Jerry Lawler and the Honky Tonk Man?
Brothers-in-law.
Cousins.
What was the main event of the show, The Big Event?
Hogan versus Orndorff.
Whoa! Where did you... Whoa, good job.
Pulled that out of my record.
Well done. Wasn't that the main event of the Wrestling Classic?
No.
What was the Wrestling Classic main
The
event?
final match. I think it was JYD versus Macho Man.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Kane was born in which country?
Like, shoot.
Yeah, I think so.
America.
Spain.
Kane?
That's what it says here, man.
Are you talking about Glenn Jacobs?
Yeah,
He was born in Spain?
that's what it says here.
Are you allowed to be mayor of Knox County if you were born not in the United States?
I think it's only the president that has to be born in
Really?
the country, yeah.
Well, isn't the mayor of Knox County somewhere in the line of succession? Like 1,000 down?
No.
Even 1,000 down?
No, you have to go through like everybody in Senate, everybody in the House of Representatives.
Yes!
Everybody in the cabinet first.
5 through... Okay.
And then you have governors
Okay.
of each state. And
You're
then you
still...
probably have...
You're nearing like 700 now.
No, I don't think the mayor of Knox County has any chance of
At
being
some
president.
point...
No.
You're saying if 20,000 people in the government die, the mayor of Knox County isn't going to be
I don't know.
next in line.
But I'd be highly doubtful. Read me question 5, please.
Who comprised the 4 Doinks at Survivor Series
Oh my
94?
gosh. I don't know. Dink? Was Dink one of them?
No.
Then I don't know.
Oh, so I guess they all dressed up in costume. Luke, Butch, Mabel, and Mo.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they all dressed up as Doinks.
I thought it was that one year where...
It was the little people,
Yeah.
I would have thought that too.
What was Nails' prisoner number?
Oh, crap.
Nails' prisoner number. Isn't that the back of the thing?
Yeah, it was. I remember you said that before. Or you looked at that card before.
Oh, it was one of the questions on the sample thing, but not on the actual card back
Okay.
here. I have 4, I think.
666.
902714.
Get out of here.
That's what it says.
What was the name of the Iron Sheik's camel? What was the name of my camel? I'll rename him Brian Blair because he's a punk.
I have no idea.
Claude.
No idea.
I got 3. You got
I
4.
got 4.
What? Anyways.
Off to a great start, but kind of faltered towards the end.
Yowza. Anyways, no, you get points for that big event one, man. And the Hogan, the Hogan.
I knew it wasn't
Orndorff
Hogan Piper, so I had to think about what other feuds did Hogan have around that time. Orndorff,
The big event was the one that just like barely preceded Mania. Is that what it was?
maybe.
What was the MTV one?
That was the war that settled the score.
Oh wow.
That was one of them, at least.
When did the big event go down?
I'll look.
When did the big event go down? 1986.
So it was after the first
After
WrestleMania.
Mania.
Wow, it was in Toronto, Ontario. There's 74,000 people in attendance.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Sorry.
What else is on this
That
card?
was gross.
Harley Race versus Pedro Morales. Steamboat versus Jake Roberts.
Is that on the WWE Network? Do we know?
I have no idea. Seems like it'd be an interesting show.
Be cool if it was.
It was a VHS tape on Coliseum Home Video. Oh, wow. Ernie Ladd was on commentary.
Oh, I like Ernie Ladd on commentary.
Oh, it says in 2014. As of 2014, it was on the network.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's good.
Like, keep that in mind for Going in Raw View.
There you go.
All right, well, that's it for the show,
We gotta
everybody.
Bring that back. I know. I'm looking for a Hilton. Do you know where the music? What did you do with the music, Hilton? Outro music.
That's what happens. You put Hilton in charge of anything.
I know. I think this is it. Genre blues. Really? You guys think so? Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. And until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is
Charlotte,
Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha
Lee
Banks, the
says,
legit boss, and you're watching.
Kane was born on an Air Force base. I was wondering if that was it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Interesting.
All right, let's do a number test.
So Kane, 5. Kane.
I was going to say 23.
Well, it's 5. Kane was an Air Force brat just like me. Let's find out. How far does the line of succession
Yeah,
go?
is there an endpoint to it?
I mean, at what point am I just president?
Pete Dirksen.
At a certain point, is it just alphabetical citizens?
Well, then you have a ways to go, even if it's based on last name. At what point is there just new elections held or something? Or does the country just descend into chaos because there's no government?
Oh, here we go. Successions beyond Vice President of the United States. No, I know what you do. I just want to go past all that. Past the Congress, past the Senate. Isn't it usually the Secretary of Agriculture or something like that that stays home during the State of the Union?
Something like that.
Isn't that what Kiefer Sutherland was in that stupid TV show?
I have no idea. I didn't watch any of that. Yeah, what is he? And come on,
I'm looking for it, man. Who won the thing?
Pete Dirksen. Do you have the list of previous winners on there? No, I don't think you do.
Yeah,
is it
dude,
is it a Google Doc?
Yeah, it's a Google Doc.
Okay.
The heck? Chat trivia champions.
Here's the line of succession.
Oh, that's right. The enforcer won last week or last time.
So it goes vice president, speaker, Senate pro tem, and then all the cabinet
cabinet
departments.
members. Yeah.
What about after that?
Yeah, after that, man. New office. All right. All right, here we go.
No, are we starting? All right, here we go. Everybody ready? First question. Flyboy, Rocco Rock, and Johnny Grunge formed which 90s wrestling tag team?
Should be easy.
I feel like there's quite a delay today.
Charvel
No,
Myers.
that's not right.
What?
That's not right.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Charvel Myers. You did not get it. It's the other guys. There you go. Sean Anderson.
Sean Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Sean Anderson.
Next. Wrestling as Derek Bateman in WWE. By what name did Ohio-born Michael Hunter Hutter find fame in TNA?
You don't do that on air very often. Golden Powers.
Charvel
Myers. Look at that.
EC3 is correct.
I feel like Charvel might have a good day.
Yeah. Next, question number 3. WWF Capital Carnage took place in which city?
I am the 1%. No.
No.
But Charvel's quick, man.
Yeah.
Heard that.
Nick G.
Nick G. Because this DJ is Nick G.
Question 4. Which two wrestlers formed the Colossal Connection in WWF? Yeah, there seems to be a pretty good delay here, too, on our end.
Because we have a normal latency instead of a low latency. But that's going to be where it's like all jagged. It's all... No.
Pete Dirksen got it.
Pete Dirksen. Okay, next question.
Question number 5. As of 2016, who is the only wrestler to have won the WWF title at 2 consecutive WrestleMania pay-per-views?
No, Charville Myers.
No.
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 No. No. Jeffrey Nguyen.
Yep. Stone Cold is the answer.
Jeffrey. Oh, wow, I actually spelled that right. Let's see here. So, right now, we're on the last if.
Why did you write EC3 number 2?
That's rad. Charvel is EC3. All right, so Sean Anderson, Charvel Myers, Nick G, Pete Dirksen, Jeffrey Nguyen.
If any of you get
any
this
of them
question
get
right,
this
you
question
win.
right. You
If
win.
someone else answers it correctly, sudden death.
You're correct.
Here we go. Question 6, final question. Harry Del Rio had a short-lived run portraying which magician wrestler in the mid-90s? It's a tough one.
Oh, my God. What the heck?
Oh, it's
Pete Dirksen?
it's close.
I think that's probably good enough.
Yeah.
It's all the letters except for one.
Yeah.
Pete Dirksen.
We'll get to Pete Dirksen. Correct answer is Phantismo.
Pete.
He said Fantasio.
Pete Dirksen got it. Congratulations, Pete Dirksen.
Congratulations.
Pete Dirksen. Where are the prizes?
I have some cards over there by my desk. I think for the Stone Cold question, I think it's people who not successfully retained twice in a row, but actually won the title twice. So Undertaker beat Batista for it at 23, and at 24. Oh no, that's right. Undertaker won it at consecutive WrestleManias. Well, I guess it was WWF Championship. It specified WWF Championship, whereas Undertaker won the World Heavyweight Champion at 24, and then the World Heavyweight Championship at 23. So it did say there should be something right on the division there. Oh, Google says Fantasio. Interesting. No, Alex, see, the other one is not a double move because it specifies WWF Championship, and Undertaker won the World Heavyweight Championship. Alex C says lineage is merged. I call BS on that. Hey, man, that's what the card says.
Fraud says the moves. Pete Dirksen today, you get autographed cards of The Undertaker,
Oh.
and no, I don't want to do him. And the original Zach Gowen, Texas Tornado.
All right.
He was missing a foot.
He was missing a foot.
La 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 la. Another quality edition of Chat Trivia here on Going In Raw. Anyways, we'll take a couple of questions and we gotta get going.
Yeah, we got a busy day.
We go to shitty ass Taco Bell for lunch today.
Why you gotta go to Taco Bell?
I didn't bring anything
But why you have to go to Taco Bell?
because they're cheap. I don't want to spend fucking $8 for a panini. Rather
It's good
spend
panini though.
See, yeah, I know, but it's too much, man. Rather spend 69 cents for a shitty little bean burrito.
All right. I have some stuff in the freezer over here, so I'll just have that. Some
You
veggie meatloaf.
You do what
Delicious.
you do. Probably not. Species 8472. Yeah, I feel like they were just sort of invented to be like worse for the Borg. I don't really feel like they were that well fleshed out. They looked really goofy. Like the CG just wasn't that great. It was a Voyager alien species. I kind of feel like all the Voyager alien species are just kind of whatever.
Alto asked, are we going to go see the Avengers? You already got your tickets, right?
Yes, Sunday night.
I don't know. I'll probably watch it eventually. I'm so behind in all the Marvel movies.
You gotta watch Black Panther, dude. It's really good.
I really want to.
It's really good.
I just don't have many opportunities to go to the theater.
Yeah, you gotta make time.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
Oh yeah, Dan Eisenberg. What did you guys think of them having a suspect in the Gold State Killer case?
I'm not that familiar with the whole case, but I saw the headlines this morning, and it's crazy.
Yeah, me neither. What's crazier is that Patton Oswalt's wife
Yeah.
who passed away.
Yeah.
She
wrote a book on
and that's
that
what they
case,
were
right?
basing this investigation off
That's
of.
crazy.
You can solve one conspiracy and one unsolved murder.
Wow. I mean, you got to say the Zodiac for the unsolved murders, right?
Yeah, maybe.
As far as one conspiracy, it'd be JFK, right?
Yeah, it'd be JFK. Because you're kind of killing two birds with one stone there. You don't have to worry about the murder of JFK as long as you can solve the conspiracy.
Yeah.
One unsolved murder? I mean, Zodiac probably, right?
Is there something historically that's been unsolved that has more bearing on world history?
Oh. I would sooner solve the Jack the Ripper murders.
Oh, that's a good point.
I would say, who is Jack the Ripper?
All right.
Charvel says Jack the Ripper in Area 51. Yeah, Area 50. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Aliens?
I know that was another thing. The thing is, I'm not gonna say aliens have been here, but it seems entirely.
That shit that came out a year ago or 6 months ago?
The stuff Harry Reid was saying.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
About how there is a hangar
Yeah.
that has alien metals that give people physical problems.
Mm-hmm. So I'm saying I'm not gonna say with 100% confidence aliens have been here, but it makes sense.
At this point, it seems like it, right?
So I think Harry Reid already gave us a big clue in terms of Area 51.
So is he retired now?
Yeah,
He needs to start a podcast.
he should.
Just divulging all that shit that he knows.
Heck yes.
Tupac. I'm watching the show right now. I know who killed Tupac. It was Orlando something or another.
Don't spoil anything for me. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, it's well known. It's factual. You can look it up in the LA Times. They did a thing on it.
No. Still, I haven't read that, so don't spoil it for me.
They just don't know who did Biggie.
Well, Sean Anderson says, how do flat earthers view aliens? Do they come from flat planets as well?
So the guy on Jericho's podcast was claiming that we're basically the only thing in the universe, I think. Like, there's the Earth, and then the rest of reality is like an ice sheet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you played some of that in here. I was kind of half listening to it.
Yeah. That's all you have to listen to it even to understand that it's complete and utter garbage.
Yeah, it's nonsense.
Look, man, I either want to be a spinning plate or a ball. It can't be some weird, like, what?
You're getting yourself way too upset. The Taco Bell meat conspiracy.
Oh, God, I don't want any part of that, man. I don't want to know anything about that.
That's great. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. All right, we got to get going, guys. We have a lot of work to do. We got to do 2 countouts and a freaking match out today.
Yep.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.